Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hollow Knight Silksong. We're still trying to beat the first sinner. We'll see. We're getting somewhere. On that. I said it was so long. Yeah, really quickly, I think I deleted that recording. So I started recording an episode a couple days ago where I did some more first sinner attempt and I switched some stuff around. I put the weave light on and I switched to the sharp dart. Then did a couple more attempts, and I think then because I wasn't going anywhere, the fight was very overwhelming, and I started to, like, I really down-spiraled mentally. And then I saw I had an unexplored path there, and I went there and found a Weaver effigy there, so a relic. Just to fill people in if someone comes from one episode to another, so hey, suddenly you have a different silk skill equip. What's that? So yeah, but that was only like 20 minutes, and then I really didn't want to continue recording. So just for like to explain continuity wise why when the changes did happen. But yeah, I'm surprised how long I stayed hitless on that attempt. Damn. Okay. Like, that one was a super flawless attempt until it suddenly went down south. I try to be mindful of her clawing attacks because these like they are gonna the Pharloom want to get some There she goes. Okay, there we go. Damn it. Okay, now I need interrupt her heal. If that's what she does. Try to farm itself. lost my chance to farm silk. What? Why is this fight suddenly easy? What? Okay, that was such a good attempt though. Okay, maybe I got a little cocky in the second phase because I was like, okay, I hope the second phase isn't too long and adjust it right. But how good was that first phase? What the hell? I mean, again, I have a couple attempts under the belt that you haven't seen, but still. Like, I really struggled with it. It was super fast for me. Like, it's just this combination of, like, this fight is a combination of the Widow, Grandmother Silk, and Phantom. Like, you have the music and some of the moves are from the Widow, like, especially, like, the slashing moves, and the running across the arena slashing one. Then, of course, the, like, sharp darts, needles, swords, whatever you want to call it. The Grandmother Silk has these, not used in the exact same way. The way Grandmother Silk used it is, it reminds me more of Radiance in some, at least in some aspect. I mean, she basically has just, they're either coming in sets of 3 from the top or from one of the, or from the side, or they're lining up horizontally and all coming down. That's the way Grandmother Silk, and she had like the first scene has like one where like all coming down, somewhere where 2 are parallel, and then you have the crossing and the diagonal ones. So you have some more variations in these. But yeah, that's kind of, but that kind of is for me, Grandmother Silk somewhat inspired. And Phantom is just the teleporting around that Phantom starts doing, and once you hit their second phase. If you want to cut the fight in 3 phases, I believe you could roughly cut it. Then, like, once you hit like the second phase, kind of Phantom starts teleporting around, and just the first that does it all the time and very frequently. I know I was sorry, I'm so hyped with this attempt now. Just the first that just does it all the time, and it felt extremely overwhelming. Like it's been a couple days, and I've been mulling over this this entire time. I've played my other save file a bunch in the last 2.5 days. Damn! And I discovered some nice stuff there, but that's something I wanted to come back later after I beat them. Boy! Okay. I mean, I was hoping I could beat them today. Now I believe I could beat them today. Okay. Just do what I did just now. Ooh, it's important that I avoid these flaws. That's a good chance to farm Sark. Oh yeah. Okay, that's not too good. Okay, that wasn't as ideal, but it's still a solid attempt so far. I must not stop paying attention. And that should probably be alright. These two. It was important that I interrupt that. Okay. It's important that I interrupt that. Damn it. That was a fucked up combo. Did I do it? Please tell me I did it. Except, yes. I struggled so much with that. It was so overwhelming, and it was really that downward spiral I had was so bad I couldn't sleep. Like literally, I mean, I stayed awake half the night because I couldn't sleep because I felt so bad about this boss, about having be roll the grade and just be stuck against another boss. It feels so dumb now. I mean, it felt dumb the next morning. It feels so dumb now that I crashed out so hard, man. You can't believe how hard I crashed out mentally about this. Okay, the ancestors have tested me. That's a very small spider. Damn it. Okay, where am we starting? We're starting here, nice. Interesting that we have stone caverns here. Okay, left, right. Okay. Not left, right apparently. further right. Other spiders are guiding me. Okay, what's this? I'm guessing another memory? So a small spider, pierced by silk, growing, transforming into the first sinner? She called us daughters, called us divine, she lied. So she must be Grandmother Silk, right? Called us daughters, called us divine, she lied. Bound the silk skill rune rage. Bound the silk skill rune rage. Press happy. Weave runes of blazing silk upon enemies. Weave runes of blazing silk upon... Okay. I'm a little on fence, even how playing a second playthrough now. I'm a little on fence. Like I'm not entirely sure how much I like that crests and silk skills we pick up are immediately equipped. Part of me likes it because it gives you the immediate chance to test these skills out or to test the new crest out. Because otherwise you'd have to go back to the next bench and then you'd have to change it out and then because benches are usually in safe areas, you have to run out and go somewhere else to find enemies to try it against. And also from a game design choice, usually in the area where you find a certain skill or a crest, there's also a type of enemy nearby that's a good fit for that specific crest or skill. It's what I noticed. I mean, with the crests, you can be like, okay, yeah, it's just a really playstyle or more playstyle. Especially with the skills, it's like, yeah, that's kind of the type of enemies around in this area where it's actually really useful against. And again, another part of me likes it. Like a part of me likes it because you get to try it immediately, and another part of me doesn't like it because, especially now that I've played the game for more than 70 hours and I'm kind of stuck on the Reaper crest, like I know what I like. And especially for a second playthrough where I'm like, yeah, I'm like Reaper crest and Threatstorm, that's my vibe. I'm that kind of girl. See, I'm that kind of player. I don't experiment too much with my stuff. Like, if I change stuff out when I say, like, okay, for a certain boss or for a certain area, the stuff I've like, that's like my go-to, it doesn't work properly, or it's something else would be easier. But yeah, as a general rule, I like to find something that I can play comfortable with, and then I stick to it as much as possible. But yeah, okay. By the way, that attack or that skill, and it reminds me of another thing. Reminds me of that bad. Reminds me of the snare setter. I tried that out long time ago. Was setting a silk trap on the floor. Those just really looked like the glowing up runes you had in the Black Egg Temple in Hollow Knight, and also in spoilers for God Home DLC if you haven't played that, for Pantheon 4 and the fight against Pure Vessel. And that is also an attack, this silk skill, Rune Rage, that reminds me a lot of Pure Vessel. Okay, nice. Really nice. Wow, that was much faster than I thought. It was only 20 minutes. Okay. the correct way? Yeah, that's... Should have gone up, actually, I guess. Oh no! That's where I actually wanted to go. Not to get spit upon. But yeah, I have good news from my second playthrough. So I played that a lot because it was just really frustrating feeling like I'm super stuck on this file. Or like stuck behind another big boss that I have trouble beating. And I have good news. Okay, the fun story. This fella. I know where that goes. I found that out by accident. We have to go to the root. This root NPC, Twisted Root, Divine Root, it's the one that had here in Shellwood, who had the quest for the polyparts. Because fun story. So I played that second save file. I made it to the Citadel a couple days ago already, and I was like, okay, now I really want to work on getting my nail upgraded for the upcoming fights and stuff. Like I wanted to rush Harpoon and Faewin Cloak to have these abilities, and then I really wanted to focus on getting my nail upgraded so I would have an easier time with bosses. And I was fighting Chef Lugali in Sinner's Road back here. If you remember this guy. Sorry, up here. Up here it was. Who you needed to defeat to complete the Taste of Pharloom quest to get one of the pale oils. And against that guy, I found it really useful to use tools and use the polyp pouch, I believe it was called. Yeah, exactly, the polyp pouch that makes the tools poisonous. And I didn't have that in the other save file. I was like, because I wanted to equip it, and I looked and then it's not there. And I was like, huh? Where did I get that again? Because I'm in the phase where I've played the game and I know that these things exist, and I remember certain items where I got them. That one I didn't remember. I didn't remember where I got that. So I had to look it up. And you get that as a reward for doing the Polypop card quest. I was like, huh? I did that quest on this save file. Why don't I have that? Turns out I only gave like the an NPC the quest items, but didn't actually collect my reward proper. So I went back. Where is it? Right after Polyp. Okay, well it doesn't say for whom. So yeah, I went back to get the Polyp. I was like, okay, let me pick that up. And when I was there, also had some dialogue regarding that twisted path, so I know where that goes. So I'm so sure we're gonna get rid of that in a minute. I'm wondering if I want to do something else first, namely the cock heart. That was also such a funny moment. I said, I wish he would shut up, dude. There was such a funny moment yesterday where it was really like after stumbling into this where this goes, I was like, okay, yeah, but I have still the cock heart and the other thing that I picked up after defeating the Great Toad. Okay, where did these go? Like the cock heart. Okay, come on. Like my instinct is that would be somewhere in the Cockwork core, right? Because that's the only place where like we've seen cockwork and like cockwork stuff going on. I mean, you have a little bit in the core chambers on the edges of the cockwork core. You have a little bit of cockwork going on. That's kind of a hint, hey, in there. Like Team Cherry does that when you have like the edges between two areas. There's a blend between them. so you can actually see that there's something different going on. It's supposed to catch your attention, like, hey, and point you in the direction of, hey, there's something different going on in like in this area, or like in an area like close to this. But I was like, yeah, we haven't had cockwork anywhere outside of the Copper Core. And I was like, I can't remember. There wasn't like a closed door or anything where it said like needs a heart or blah blah. And it was like there wasn't anything. Yeah, there wasn't anything. It was like it needed a heart. And that's exactly as far as that thought got. Until I remembered that I actually found a robot, or an automaton, as the game likes to call him, I believe, in like a display case, and we smashed the glass open of the case, and then we could inspect the automaton, and it had its chest open. And that's all you could do. And I thought it was just, yeah, okay, so you have a model of an automaton, and it's just for lore. No, at least I believe it. I haven't tested on the other file because I haven't completed the heart there. But yeah, I believe that is where the cock heart goes. Not the cock heart. Jesus Christ, the cockwork heart goes. It was so amazing to have that revelation. To really be sitting there working on my cross stitch of Hornet. And I was like, sorry, I had my control on the mic. I was being there like, there is nothing. See that? Neither the heart. And really, like in the middle, of that, like before finishing that sentence, like wait, that was so funny. The Seeker Soul. That one's still a mystery to me, but I wanted to think about it again. Cracked shell containing soul drawn from a long deceased bug. Okay, the thing is, the Grog the Great, or Growl the Great, or whatever the toad's name is. I had that soul attack. It was very vengeful spirit. Like vengeful spirit is a spell from Hollow Knight. Seeker Soul. I wonder if I've been... I don't remember if I've been with the Seeker Soul, if I've been to... to this person. But I believe I did, right? I did try that. I'll have to check. Either I go and check again and potentially double check, or if I check the recording in between like episodes. That one probably needed a key. Okay, but who would be interested in the soul of a bug in a broken shell? Like, my immediate thought goes to the snail shamans we had in Hollow Knight, because those are the ones who gave us all our spells that needed soul. I haven't met a snail shaman. I've met the moss druid. I'm not sure if the moss druid is into cracked shells with soul. We could try it. We could try and go there and see if they're interested. I don't think the scientist in the Wormworks would be. I mean, maybe we can try it. Maybe Ava? I don't know if Ava would be interested in that. Forge Daughter, I don't believe. She's more like, or they more like metal stuff. Same for the Architect. Also, like, regarding the Cockwork Heart, before I had the thought of, hey, you had that robot with an empty chest in the Cockwork Core there. I was like, hey, maybe I should go to the Architect with the Heart and see if they have anything to say about it. And maybe I can still do that, like, just to see if there's any reaction or any dialogue with them at all. Would be interesting. Yeah, I also don't think the relic guys, my relic seekers, like either him, like the vault in the vaults, or the one in Ballheart are interested in something like in a soul in a cracked shell. So other than like the Moss Droid and Ava, like my biggest guesses from the people I've met, and like the scientist would be a bit of a stretch, but then he would be leaving the worlds of science. And other than those two, I don't remember anyone who was like, oh, I don't know, the Mask Maker? I don't know, make a shell, make a new mask for the souls? Maybe? I don't know. At least they don't make any noise. At least these souls are quiet. But yeah, and I found something else. I want to see and like if I can try and grab that. That's actually in the Blasted Steps. And I want to try that first, actually. And then I think I'm gonna go to the Conflict Core. Then we're gonna go to Shellwood. Oh, and I'm sorry, it's an interesting skill, but let me actually Effective that stop, thank you. I forgot about that. Okay, I wonder if... Okay, yeah, they're dead yet. No idea what the trigger is and if you can get the dice any other way, but we have magnetite dice. And I used them actually a bunch in the other save file, and they give you apparently the occasional chance to not take damage when getting hit. Which is nice. Like, I don't know, I have no idea what the map is. Hollow Knight had a similar item. It was a charm called Way... No, no, that's what comfort. Carefree Melody, sorry. For some reason I thought about the Wayward Compass. That wasn't it. Even though people make so many jokes about the compass being OP and like boosting your damage and making you invincible and stuff. That's just a meme joke. But no, Carefree Melody also had that in Hollow Knight. You had a certain chance. I once read up the exact stats. That's like was the base chance 15% and it grew by 10 or 15 every hit, and the maximum by 20 every hit, and the maximum was like 85 or something. I don't know, something along those lines. Sorry. I have like a lash in my eye or something. Still young. But yeah, I'm excited to read up. Like, this is something where I actually love the Hollow Knight wiki, and I'm going to love the Silksong wiki as well. I love to read up on stuff like that when people really get into the nitty gritty and be like, yeah, actually, like, yeah, like those are the stats. Like, this does so much damage. Like, this weapon does so much damage. This weapon does that much damage, and with that, with poison, it's that much damage, and so on and so forth. Like, I really love when people do the math on that, and then you have like wikis and forums where you can read up on that, and it's so interesting. Also, I can wait to... I know people have already speedrun it, like I don't know, 4 days after the game came out, there were the first people speedrunning it and getting world records and stuff. And yeah, I can't wait to watch these as well and be absolutely blown away, not by these player skills, but also like by all their knowledge and all the stuff they do, and like you can really learn a lot from speedrunners. I learned so much from speedrunners in Hollow Knight. Like, there's so much about spells and charms and hitboxes and invincibility frames and whatnot that I didn't know, that made me a much better player. Okay. Then... Oh, complete slab. cushions. We're going to go probably high halls and then downstairs. And I really hope, and even, or should I? Actually, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. I want to test if the architect has anything to say about the clockwork card. Probably not. Maybe not. But hey, maybe we got a little bit of lore. The good thing is with the Ventrica right here, it's actually a short trip to the architect. Those pieces of a hardcore you carry upon you. How did you acquire recovered artifacts so rare? We have dialogue about the clockwork card. Oh my god, that's awesome. They were scattered about the citadel, each seemingly laid with purpose. Someone wished the thing dismantled, but showed respect enough to see it stored safe. That heart is an inspired form, conceived by the first of my line, for a knight of cog and blade. I've seen that one. In it, I see my predecessor's talent, immense, now lost forgotten. I could never create copy a work so fine. Also, the name 12th architect. At first, I thought they were the 12th one, or like the 12th mate, you know what? So you basically have created a bunch of like automatons that have all the purpose of architect, and like there was existing simultaneously, and but like you had like 50, and they weren't given names. It was just like the first, the second, the third, the fifth, the 12th, the 50th architect, and then eventually when Pharloom fell to ruin, like those weren't needed anymore and were turned down or died or fell to pieces, or I don't know what, went somewhere else, were dismantled, and only the 12th one for some reason remains. But now I believe you have one architect who serves at a time, and they eventually break down or are not needed anymore or were being replaced from one reason or another, and they are actually the 12th one. So we had the first, the second, the fourth, and we're not the 12th architect. So yeah, her predecessor's talent.
Pasvin?
And the knight that once bore the heart? Tell me of them. I'm so beyond happy I came here. A gleaming order, clockwork sentinels, so impressive, majestic in function, they were charged bound to the highest holy duty. Long before the creation of the core, the sentinels ventured even beyond these walls to see all blocks brought forced safe to serve the citadel. To see all blocks brought forced. Speaking some, it's always funny in a sense. Yeah, I use the word funny sometimes when I don't necessarily mean funny as in ha 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 funny, but more in a interesting. This is a interesting funny kind of situation. I find it interestingly funny how cultures and societies like this, or regimes, if you want to call it, or structures like this, that are very how am I gonna say it? I don't want to use the A word. Let's say strict. Let's use that. Who are very strict in their rules and their order and how they are enforced, and systems that know what they want, and they want people brought in to serve them, and that kind of style. how they kind of brainwash the people to believe that, oh no, they are the right, they're the good ones. They're justifying what they're doing. It's when it happens in the real world, it's just sad and frustrating and like makes you lose all hope for the planet and for humanity. When it happens in stories and in games, it's always very funny to analyze the language being used or look at the language being used. And when sometimes accidentally uses very accurate and not sugar-coated or no filtered language on accident, that's like speaks the truth. Yeah, the bugs were forced here to serve the citizen. If the heart were restored within the sentinel's shell, will it give thanks for the waking, or will it grieve those lands now lost? In time, Mako. I may find out. Yep. I definitely will. Okay, so it's nice. We have some dialogue with the architect. I'm so happy about that. And it even gives you a bit of a hint on what to do with the heart. I mean, the question will be absolutely what the knights, like the sentinels' reaction will be to receiving your heart. I expect a fight, honestly. I expect that we'll have to fight it. Do I want to sit down? Yes, I think I want to sit down, just in case. Nice of you, thank you. I forgot that there was two here. I mistakenly thought it was going from the other way, but we only have one. Okay, now we save down here, since I'm expecting to fight and don't have to run through this again. Okay. Also, I've been listening to the soundtrack in the last couple days. At least most of it, since I've heard most of the songs already. So up until Awakening, I've had to listen to the soundtrack if anyone's interested in checking. Because Awakening was the song that played when we thought Grape on the Silk, or Grape on the Silk. And anything beyond that I've avoided even looking at the titles to not get spoiled. Alright, an inert automaton with an empty chest. Here it goes, inside Kaku cart. Sure, let's do it. Second Sentinel. Okay, so they were numbered as well. Woken is this Sentinel. Functional is its shell. Still devoted is this Sentinel, and awaiting your commandment.
That's fine.
You speak, Gilded One. I've no command for you, but my curiosity is piqued. You call yourself Sentinel. What is it you are charged with protecting? Defense of the sacred citadel, and the voices that fill it is our eternal duty. I had assumed as much. Yet look around you, Gilded One. During your slumber, the citadel has fallen, and its voices lay silent. This place is dead, or very nearly. Some would argue that standing guard over a kingdom's corpse is a foolish task, empty of meaning. I wonder then, will you still hold true to your charge? Eternal is the citadel. Eternal is the devotion of the sentinels. While its shell is functional, this sentinel will hold true to its duty. Okay. I suspect that we will have to fight the Sentinel at some point. That will be funny. He will surely not regret doing this. Okay. Nice. Well, I'm so happy I figured it out. And I'm a little sad it didn't happen in camera, that it happened off camera while I was cross stitching. But it really was such a funny moment to go like, where does that go? Well, I didn't see anything that needed a heart. And really, in the middle of the word, I was like, huh, wait a minute. This is so funny. Alright. Now where to go? I mean, I guess I could go upstairs. Just because... See, that would have been even smarter. Because, like, Terminus has a Ventrica Station too. That would have been easier, even easier access. Lay's still lying there. It's so funny. Like, I didn't expect to feel sorry for Lays, but I actually really do now. Okay, just because I'm here already, let me check in the first shrine as well. I really love the fast travel option. Anything new here? No. Witches of Roses? Yeah, something? Not really. You good?
Oh, Popaya.
There's nothing in here, right? No, still nothing. Could change at some point though.
Oh, cacho.
There was some stories. No, the caretaker reacts to the soul. I was just checking for Newt. Are you kidding me? What have you got there, Bellwinger? Stole someone else's soul for yourself? You speak of the remnant I found in the muck-choked caves beside the citadel. This is soul siphoned from a once powerful bug. It's only a thin mix now, but there's still some strength left. At peak, their talents must have been impressive. Aye, that was that. I knew the bug in its prime long time back. Braver than most, and as a little fan of the citadel as yourself. When seeking alliance with those basic bugs of the swamps, thought they'd both gain from the union, scheming defiance or some such stupidity. Now he's as dead as he was daft. Don't go trying to make friends in Pharloom, Bellwinger. Nothing good comes of it. Okay, so reacted to the Seeker's soul, but let me... Then let me offer to do anything with him.
What's that?
Was it Marvel Seal, Holy Nature? Okay, yeah. But that's a new song. That's, I mean, if I'm not wrong, that's new lyrics, for sure, Mo. Again, book language is still the same, but okay. Now I wanted to go to the Moss Road, so let's go Grand Bellway and Ava. Ba-bum. So we go to Bone Bottom. Or I guess technically for the ruin particularly for the druid, the marrow would be bad. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Can hear this. Listen close. Weak but precious. A pulse, a beat, faint, our very own. Okay, no. They don't have any new dialogue, and they also don't react to any of the stuff I have in my inventory. Okay, so the caretaker told us about the song, but that's not the person. Like, it's the architect and the car card, right? So we get some lore behind the item, but it's not the place where it actually goes. Okay, now let's go Bone Bottom. Let's visit Ava. I mean, I don't believe right now that Ava is actually the person we need to bring the soul to. But I still want to try it. Like, I still want to try going to her. Simply because we have a new silk skill and I don't fully understand what triggers her giving us upgrades yet. Like, maybe with the new silk skill we have evolved and we get something new from Ava. Travels here and moving for the expanded term, the palm. Okay, nature has not yet expanded. Okay. Again, I'm not sure what that means. I mean, maybe it's a mix of things. That's also something like, unless I figure it out, because I feel like it's a mix of things. Like, maybe the first upgrade is like gain an additional amount of health. The second one is maybe gain 3 silk skills or something like that. You know what I mean? Okay, nothing here. First plus a backup. That's something I haven't tried. Like, I'm not sure if I want to do this on this save file and record it. Like, do multiple supply runs. Because I'm just curious if something happens if you do a bone bottom supply run, I don't know, 5 times. Like, if there's a certain number where you do these runs and then you go have a special reward, or if these really, like, if there's a certain limit and then they're not offering them, or at least after a certain time, like a certain number of times you do these runs, you get a special reward for doing them, or if this is really just an infinite option for you to make money if you don't want to run around and kill enemies in the Citadel or somewhere. Okay, since we're already doing this, let's also check the Wishwell in Belhart, and I think I could at least buy 1 upgrade for my home. Everything in the Belmar Bear, make sure to speak with Frey. She's been known to gather all sorts of fancy furnishing. That stuff's useless for a passing pilgrim, but for a new resident, it's such a stuff to turn a bell into a home. Let cry upon you, sister. Those are the sour sobs of a grey and twisted thing. You speak of the bard, it's a mysterious thing indeed. In a dank swamp of the moor, I saw towards its plaintive wails and found it resting there, waiting, it almost seemed. But you speak of its form without citing it upon me. Is it a thing familiar to you? Have you heard these cries before? Ah, yes. Not your own specimen, surely, but way back, other travelers did sometimes carry similar. Odd types they all were. Offerings did call the crying things. And towards the core of Shellwood they would trek. Huh? Okay, but the caretaker? What did the caretaker tell me? It was a person they knew, they were brave, but kind of dumb in their opinion. They went out to seek an alliance? Okay, but that doesn't give me a hint on who to bring this to. Never did see it once again. Not the bus in the box that brought the gift. If you're planning to follow the path, I'll wish on your safety, but it isn't any ill omen to hear the sound sad sounds returned after so long.
Modella.
Nice! We're lucky to have you, Miss Traveler. In Bellhard, you're always welcome again, your big sharp blade.
Modella.
So cool!
Mas querer? Oh, yeah.
A fan purchase you've made. Allow us a moment to get it set up in your bell home. Let me see what that looks like. Aw, that's cute. That's cute. I mean, it's really very teen girl. But it's cute. Alright, now let's go into Shellwood finally. Alright, but I'm afraid I have to end the episode here. I'm sorry, I spent too much. But hey, progress. We're making progress and finding new things. And I love that. I'm so happy after feeling like super stuck for, I don't know, 7 hours or something. Ah, it feels so amazing to finally feel like I'm making meaningful progress. We'll see how long it holds. If it holds for another episode, I hope it does. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I wish you wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be for you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!